Hello, and we're live once again. If you're listening to the podcast or maybe you're watching us on YouTube, then welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I am joined by the wonderful Sarah, and welcome, Sarah.
Hi.
I am so pleased that we managed to squeeze this in. Now, I know you are extremely busy. You're a mom, a gorgeous little boy, and keeping you very busy. And you've got a huge practice, and you fly all over the place, helping people. So, thank you for fitting it as in, because I think your story is so inspirational. And I'm wondering. I know we've only got 10 minutes, but I'm wondering if you could explain to us what your life was like pre-mystery school, then obviously you took the initiation and what have you, and now what your life is like now. I know if we can try and squeeze it all in, that would be
I will try and talk as fast as I can. So, on the outside, if someone were to look at the outside of my life, they would say, wow, she's got it going on. I ran a corporate wellness company. I ran a personal training company. I was doing my master's degree. I was on the outside world. I looked good. I was thin. I was pretty. And yet on the inside, I was so miserable. And for the two reasons, mostly, was that one, I really had a bad eating disorder. So I struggled with anorexia, and it really it controlled every aspect of my life, from where I could eat, who I could hang out with, it just an eating disorder. Every second of the day I was focused on food or not eating or exercising more. So that was really it sucks the life out of you. And so you're not really living your own life. You're controlled by this eating disorder. And then the second thing was, even though I was helping people in my businesses, it didn't feel like my purpose. And so even though I checked off all the boxes, I make money, yep, people respect what I do, yep, I help people, yep, something in me was like, this is not my purpose. And so it almost felt like work. It felt like a chore going in every day. And I felt like my soul was like separating from me more and more because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. Yeah. So the two things that took up most of my time inside my mind was eating disorder and when you don't have your purpose. And for me, I think the most difficult time of my life was knowing you have a purpose and not knowing what that is, and not seeing the path, not knowing like how to get from here to here.
Goodness, I think so many can relate to that. Yeah.
And it actually got more and more difficult to live in the physical world not having this purpose. Because ever since I was this little girl, I had this idea that I was here to change the world in a big way. And I managed to get through school because on the other end of it was like, yeah, I'm going to live my purpose. And that last little bit of not finding it, I struggled with really bad OCD. I struggled with, a lot of anxiety and depression. And so it was weird. My outside life, I was white knuckling it, trying to show the whole world that everything was good. Going to parties and dating and doing everything. But on the inside, I was struggling so bad. And I had such perfectionism that I had no idea how to even start to ask for help. And it really wasn't until my intuition has always been my best friend. And I was so anxious by the age of 24 that I went to this yoga class. I knew I have to go to this yoga class. And the teacher was a life activation practitioner in the school.
Wow.
And she made us stand. I remember she made us stand outside the room, for like 10, 15 minutes. We were like late for yoga, but she was doing all of her grids and her rituals in the room.
My goodness, that's amazing.
And when I walked in, all the voices in my head just stopped. And I connected with an inner truth. And I said, this is me. I'm going to cry. This is the me. And I went up to her afterwards and I said, who are you? Like, what do you do? Why do I feel so good when I'm around you? And she said, well, there's this thing you might like. And it was the life active. I was just like, yes, whatever you want, whatever. So I did life activation. I did it. And I did Empower Thyself like a month later, like just.
Yeah. Yeah. That is so poignant, I think, for many reasons. But one, because I can see the younger generation going through this with the social media, with the impact more so on their bodies than, perhaps I grew up with. Even though it was intense for our generation, it's way more intense now for the younger generation. And I think they understand what you're saying. Those voices always there, and to be perfect and to look good all the time and to be dating the right people and to this and to that. And I mean, no wonder they have anxiety, depression, OCD, all these different types of things. So you had this initiation, and then what happened? How is your life now?
Well, it's so interesting. So when I got life activated, it's not like the clouds parted and angels sang and trumpets played, but this knowing inside of me that it was hope that woke up, that everything was going to be okay. I couldn't explain it, but I'm like, I don't know how, but everything's going to be okay. And I did the initiation, and every night, Kate, I would go to bed and say, tomorrow I'm not going to have an eating disorder. I didn't want it. I wanted to be over it. And in Empower Thyself, they say that you're going to have 10 times empowerment afterwards. And I'm like, how do you quantify that? But I woke up that morning and I'm like, no, I'm done. And it healed me because I wanted it to be healed. And I was in a physically abusive relationship and I didn't know how to leave. And and I'm smart and I'm educated and I couldn't leave this relationship because it meant I had to go bankrupt. All my money was tied up in this person. And I just went, I'm done. And I packed up my car and I moved to Toronto.
Amazing.
And the cool thing is that in Empower Thyself, they say like, oh, well, your life's just going to get easier because it's going to flow clockwise. And again, you're like, how do you quantify that? But I got a job in Toronto that paid an exact same job. It paid me twice the amount of money. And I was able to be right by the mystery school. And I just wanted to be there. And every tool the mystery school gives you, it just starts this alchemical process inside. You don't have to think about it. You just have to be brave and you just have to take scary steps. And now I live my dream life. I am married to my best friend. I have the cutest little son in the world. I have my house. I have a business across Canada. Like, I'm not perfect. And that's cool because I'm actually really okay with that. But I'm happy. And I think all I ever wanted, people just want to feel happy. And happiness to me is when you come back to yourself and you just stop putting your happiness in other people's hands.
Yeah. My goodness, I know that's inspiring, and I want to please, can we get you back on to go in depth more, more so, because I know this is such, here, I don't know if it's the same in Canada, but here in the UK, we, the young women and boys are really, struggling right now. So I know these tools can help, and I know that we can help. And it's like you said, we don't need to know how to do the things. We just need to trust the process, and then it's all going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah. My goodness, thank you so much. Thank you. And Sarah, you've actually written a book about. May I put that in the comment box?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Now, can you remind me of the title?
It's called So Stop Hating Your Body, and it's how to heal anorexia for good.
And people can get this on Amazon. I've seen it on Amazon. So I think this is. I'm just popping this in there as well. Excellent. And if anybody wants to get in touch with Sarah, please get in touch with her. She's a wealth of knowledge and wisdom, and she's amazing. So please connect with her. If you need help, don't battle it on your own, and she'll guide you through the process.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and I will see you next week.
Yes, you will. Okay.
Take care. Goodbye, everyone.